never give an inch. On stream, cosplayer and content creator Emiru was asked about her opinion on ice by a viewer.
Thoughts on ice? I don't know what that is.
To which naturally she deflected and wondered why people would even care to know the opinion of someone who doesn't know anything about politics.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to like get off the internet. Why are you listening to them in the first place?
But that wasn't enough for some, because clearly not having an opinion on something means they have to be racist. I love our society. And of course the firestorm really started when the creator Denims decided to post this meme. Never thought I'd see the day when we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo. To which I replied, Emiru is right, and slinging around the idiotic accusations is chum for idiots. She doesn't automatically support all the things I support, so she's a racist Nazi. Is that the new play? Just express your jealousy by going after people who don't make politics their personality? We know it isn't your hormones. You're just crazy. If they really were Gestapo, you wouldn't be posting on a traceable account, literally doing the meme. There is absolutely nothing wrong with saying that you do not have enough information on a topic to form an opinion. That is the intelligent answer. Now, that would have been the end of the story. That would have been just all there was to it. I would have made a video saying how based Emiru was, and how amazing she was for taking a stand for just being neutral and moving on with her life. In fact, I actually cut a video saying just that, and just before I started editing, she backtracked. Now I'm not going to go through and read this entire thing, but the TLDR is basically saying that she was edited out of context. Yes, of course, racism bad, ice bad, something about other streamers and allegations. Most people, I think, properly assume that she probably saw the mass volume of hatred that was online. In an attempt to appease people and try to get along, she backtracked. She caved. Now I don't fault her for this, because if you're a person who tries to get along with people, it can be really difficult to just see so many messages, so many notifications rolling in, constantly harassing you, calling you names, calling you slurs, thinking the worst of you. It gets in your head. And even Asmongold had commented on it recently, saying that this is one of the reasons they don't have their talk. I think they call it steak and eggs anymore.
The reason why that podcast ended is because of Emiru. She didn't want to do it anymore because she didn't want to be involved in the controversy and the stuff that me and Tectone were getting into. And it's not even that like she hated us or anything else. She just didn't want to be involved. Not everybody wants to fixate and build their entire life around politics.
Vouch.
Emiru just wasn't a political person, and Tectone and Asmongold tend to be a lightning rod for controversies in politics. But that's fine. You don't need to be a person who has to comment on politics. You don't need to be a person who has to have controversial opinions. You can just be a person who likes cosplaying, playing games, and having community. There's nothing wrong with that. We need more people who are willing to have neutral shared spaces. We need more people willing to not be political. Because the reality is, politics is messy. Politics is supposed to be boring. Politics is supposed to be about spreadsheets and understanding the cause and effect of certain policies. Not supposed to be about the blood-soaked team sports we have right now. Politics isn't supposed to be about picking one tribe and backing them to the hilt. And I think one thing that is horrible about our current culture and about society at large is our need to have a political thought on everything. The fact of the matter is, the average person has too many other things going on in their lives. They have work, they have family, they have their own drama and issues to deal with. They don't actually have the headspace, the time, or even the capacity to spend dealing with politics. But because politics is so controversial, because it's so the current thing to do right now, I think there are a lot of people who are paying attention to politics who frankly shouldn't be. So I think we need more shared spaces where people can be neutral. People can actually come together and have shared interests, shared ideas, and realize that the people on the other side aren't just evil. They like Marvel Avengers too. They like certain foods that everyone else likes. They pay taxes just like I have to.
Thanks, I hate it.
So as I mentioned in a previous video, I think we need more shared spaces. And second, Emiru was right. The first Emiru, before she backed out.
Get off the internet.
Celebrities have no idea what they're talking about. It's been often memed that celebrities are literally paid to lie for a living. And that's actually true. For the most part, all they do in their award ceremonies is get up there and proclaim current thing. Thank you so much for this award. Also, if you don't support abortion, please don't watch any of my movies. I'd like to thank each and every one of my adoring fans. You are very important and instrumental as to why I've gotten here. Except if you support Donald Trump. I don't want your patronage. Thank you each and every one of my adoring fans. You've been so instrumental as to why I'm here, and I was able to earn this spectacular award this year. Also, I hate Donald Trump, ICE are Nazis, and women and POCs everywhere deserve to keep the right to vote. Don't let them take that from you. So please, don't blacklist me, and keep coming to my movies.
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face. Like that.
But the reality is, no one needs to hear their opinions. Simply by being famous, we aren't owed to know their opinion on tax policy, or their opinion on immigration, or whether or not Donald Trump is in fact an orange man, and the orange man is in fact bad. We've heard that millions of times. It's nothing new. We know that every single person in Hollywood supports every generic issue, from climate change to ICE bad. Woohoo. Celebrities by and large are out for their own interests. They don't actually know anything about politics. People shouldn't be looking to them to understand their opinions or feel validated that a popular person thinks the same thing they do. That's amazing. No, it doesn't matter. Who cares? The opinion of a celebrity isn't worth paper.
Whoa. This is worthless.
It's less than worthless, my boy.
Never try to appease evil. The people calling Emiru a racist chud like Denims, and people who are all up and down my Twitter platform posting vile things about Emiru nonstop. I can't post them here because it's not worth my trouble editing all the profanity out. Those people can't be appeased. They don't care that she put out an apology. They don't care that she's trying to be a nice person. The only thing that matters is that people toe the line or else.
This person, if you are fine with commenting on things you don't know about when it benefits you, when you know your audience will like you talking about it, that's one thing. But then for you to use an opportunity or ignore an opportunity where you could talk about something, maybe your audience doesn't like it, maybe you could educate them on it a little bit, but you choose not to, you're just siding with whatever your chud or chudette audience wants to hear. She's right when she says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say ICE. It's not that hard of a concept.
Just think about this. All the people who are calling Emiru all sorts of nasty names and trying to destroy her, all those people, do you think they just magically disappeared? Do you think they were appeased? And if they were, are they the kind of people you would want to be appeased? Would you want to try to appease someone who wants to destroy your life? Someone who's willing to lie about you? Someone who waits for you to stumble and then kicks you while you're down? Do you want to appease that person? You want to do everything you can to keep yourself in their good graces? Is that a worthwhile activity? No, it's not. The Outrage Mob will not be satisfied with your apology and will continue to devour you as they make you bend the knee over and over again. I'm sure the people who demanded her political opinions will totally leave her alone now. I'm sure they will be completely normal about this.
Nope.
I get why you felt the need to put out an apology, and know that some people will never be satisfied by an answer that doesn't completely fit their narrative. Either way, I know it's stressful in the moment, being dogpiled by thousands of people, but you did nothing wrong. You don't need to speak out about things you aren't comfortable speaking out about, and you do not, in fact, have to say the line. These people are crybullies trying to socially ostracize you for not putting a black square on your Instagram or whatever the current thing is. New drama happens all the time, and they would have moved on in a few days. It's not worth capitulating. It's not worth backing up. It's not worth giving in, because there's nothing to give in for. What she said was right. And I have to agree with Shu here. It is actually really stressful being dogpiled. Let me tell you a personal story. A long time ago on Facebook, there was a black cosplayer I really enjoyed. I liked her works. She did a really good job. She was really detailed. But back during the Black Lives Matter riots, she put out something supporting Black Lives Matter and says something to the effect of, if you don't support Black Lives Matter, then you're a racist and you shouldn't follow her. I kind of took that to heart. I was like, why would someone say that? Surely she doesn't really actually mean that, right? And so I asked. I said, hey, I'm a black man and I don't like Black Lives Matter. I don't think they represent black people very well. And I literally said that. I put it as tepidly as I possibly could. She actually replied to me. She said something to the effect of, if you're black and don't support Black Lives Matter, I won't say you're racist, but it's very suspect. And I don't know why you wouldn't support them. Now, this was a little insulting because she just about called me racist anyway, but the real problem was what happened afterwards. For the next 4 hours, I got the most vile, horrific insults I have ever seen in my life. Constant slurs, people telling me to off myself, reply after reply of people using my race, my sex, my looks, everything they could possibly find against me because I did not support Black Lives Matter. And I remember looking at the notifications, rolling in, feeling the deep pit in my stomach, thinking, what did I do wrong? I just asked a question. I didn't say anything wrong, did I? And yet each notification would roll in, calling me a different name, saying I did this wrong and that wrong. Mentally, I couldn't even compute it. Why would I get such a visceral reaction just for asking a question? And I remember reading all the replies, and after about 4 hours, one person defended me. One. It was some random white guy who saw the thread, and he said something to the effect of, "Why are you guys attacking him? He just asked a question." And that was it. That was the only defense I got of all those hundreds of replies. And you know what happened to that one guy, that one white guy whose name I wish I remembered? His reply was deleted. Yes, it got deleted. But then a few minutes, it was gone. And that's when I realized something. These weren't just a bunch of random replies from anonymous people on the internet. These were her followers. And these were people who thought similarly to her. And after 4 hours, I happened to have caught a glimpse of one person defending me. That person was deleted, which tells me that the person in charge of the thread, that cosplayer, knew someone stood up for me, and they removed it. Which means they saw for 4 hours people lambasting me. She saw for 4 hours people attacking me. She saw for 4 hours the vileness that was in my feed. And she let it happen. Now later on, I think I either removed the question or the whole thread got deleted, but that stuck with me. That sickness in my stomach, I will remember for the rest of my life. I can imagine someone who has no immunity to just being dogpile for no reason, how they'd feel like they need to just make it stop, to make it go away. Maybe there's something they could say to make people realize they're a good person. But the reality is, there's nothing that could be said to make evil people stop being evil. The reality is, those people are evil, just like the people who are calling Emiru a racist chud are evil. Evil cannot be appeased. Evil can't be turned aside with nice words. And if you manage to keep such evil people in your orbit, it's only a matter of time before they turn against you and stab you in the back. Do not bow. Do not ever give an inch. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. Was I being too harsh? Was Emiru right to apologize and to try to smooth things over for our audience? Or is Emiru merely setting herself up to failure with the worst people imaginable? Because the way I see it, trying to appease people who want to destroy your life just means that maybe they'll wait till later to do it anyway. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!